we live in such a physical reality that we get so caught up in the materialism. We can get so caught up in our emotions, in us, in ourselves, and in others so much that we lose sight of vision. We lose sight of our spirit well-being and God's voice ultimately. So I first off want to share a little testimony of mine about when I was younger, before I believed in Christ, before I gave my life to Christ. So when I was younger, I was I had a lot of friends. I was in this long relationship, and my heart was very much attached to the world. Even if I never was drinking alcohol or having sex at a young age. I've never gotten into anything like that. But one thing I know was my emotional dependency was there. I emotionally attached to people and the world. That's where my heart was. So before I believed in God, I was very dependent on validation and emotional dependence. Since I did not grow up in a stable home when I was a kid, I didn't grow up with a father, and my mother wasn't really there because she had a lot of things going on in her mental health, and she still does to this day. I'm in a lot of prayer for her still. But so it was really hard for me to connect with her and to have like an emotional connection with her because she wasn't there with herself. She kind of had like manic episodes quite a lot and severe anxiety. Um, so that would affect how I was as a kid. I was very insecure and dependent on validation from others because I didn't receive anything from my mother because she wasn't able to be there for herself, so she wasn't able to be there for me. And so what that created was it created me to be kind of like this overly nice person at a young age, trying to get validation from people, trying to be like people pleaser, and just trying to seek comfort anywhere that I went. And that was because I didn't have it in my home. And I thank God that God saved me at the age that He did. He saved me at 17 years old and met me. And I thank Him for that because if He didn't, I mean, who knows what the kind of things I could have gotten into much later on. God's timing is so perfect. And ultimately, what that experience has led me to really learn is how important it is to store our heart in God, because we cannot depend on people. From a young age, I learned that I couldn't depend on my mother. I had to I had to get a job right when I turned 18 to start paying for my dog's vet bills and for my own bills for my dental health. A quick thing that I can share with you guys is my teeth used to be chipped. These two teeth that I have here, and it was very bad. And with my first job when I was 18, I saved up the money to pay for that because my mom couldn't pay for that. Since she had a lot going on within her mental health, it drastically affected her ability to keep a job and her ability to just hold on to money. So from a young age, I learned that I really had to just depend on myself. I had to just stop depending on other people for certain validations and uh, and comfort, and that I had to do it by myself. As I got to know God around that same understanding of thought processes that I had to do it by myself, it was really difficult for me because not only I started to believe in something that I couldn't see, but also that it also made me realize that I couldn't fully depend on myself at times. Like, I can't 100%, like, if I were to fall, can I catch myself? No, I can't. So it's that kind of thing where if you're jumping out of a plane, you know you need a parachute. And it's like, well, what would happen if I lost everything? What would I have to fall back on? And for me, I wasn't raised in a strong, stable home, whether it be spiritually or financially. So for me, I was like, oh my gosh, I really have nothing to fall back on if I lose everything. Why not just give it all, and why not just believe? That was sort of the thing that kind of changed everything for me since then on. And it's helped me navigate more in relationships, whether it be romantic or friendships and even just connections. It's helped me realize that a lot of people are just with other people because they're trying to seek comfort and validation, and that they have some dependency. due to a lack of something within. So the more that I got into prayer about giving my heart to him, and kind of like him transforming my heart, because everything that I went through as a kid, that I didn't have like anybody to fall back on as a kid, even everything that I've been through, my heart just had to really just be changed completely. Like when I was a kid, I wasn't really able to empathize with people. I wasn't really able to feel complete compassion because of the kind of household that I was raised in. I honestly had like a lot of aggressive, violent behaviors. And that was because I wasn't taught how to emotionally regulate and how to help myself or to like express my emotions in a healthy manner. So when I started believing in God, that is what has really changed my life. I sort of felt my heart just take a complete 180, and all of a sudden I was able to feel love and feel empathy for others and compassion, true love and compassion for other people, because I felt like, oh my gosh, like if I can feel love from God, and I can feel this oneness with him, wouldn't it be so beautiful if I can share this feeling with other people in my human experience, in my human existence? What if I can go the extra mile for some people the way God has gone the extra mile for me? If I can be there 100%, like in the present moment mentally, and just completely listen to people and help people and just show them that I can be there to love them the way Jesus loves us and the way that he loved me, ultimately, that just set like a huge fire in my heart. From within, I disconnected myself from codependence, and I wasn't anxious anymore. Like when it came to attachment, I wasn't afraid of people leaving. If somebody didn't want to be in my life, I stopped caring about that. I stopped trying to make people stay. I stopped trying to get validation from my mom and trying to make her proud of me. I stopped trying. I stopped. I stopped seeking comfort in the hands of another person, because what I received from God was far more worth anything that I experienced on this earth. And it led me to have a complete heart transformation in my heart, to feel love again, to feel love for the first time for people. And now I can do things for Christ. I published a book and I paid more money for the book than I even make. But I did that because I love God so much and I have so much faith that I know he'll be there for me and that he has my back. I can't match what he's already done for me. He's given me my life. He's given me this love in my heart. Sometimes I think to myself how it's a little saddening that I don't really have a mother. And the reason why I say that is because she's not in the present moment. She's not really here. She might be living, but the way she has been taken over mentally is just, it's sad to see. But I know that God is with us, and there's far more worth in life than the sufferings and the pain, because his light prevails in the end. So the one Bible verse that I wanted to, or the two Bible verse that I wanted to kind of share that correlates with this whole message in me, Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So with my mom, if I put my heart into that, which I did as a kid, and it only led me to be depressed and suicidal a little bit, and I had very anxious attachment, dependency, problems. um, if I continued in that route, I would have a lot of issues in my mental health. I would have a lot of issues in my spiritual walk with God. Because even if people who even believe in God and who have a relationship with Christ, sometimes their heart isn't completely in God. Sometimes their heart hasn't completely let go of the things that God has already set aside in a way. It's like God is shining the light, but if we turn our bodies to the darkness behind us or to the side of us, we're not able to experience that light that he is shining on us. Turn your face to it, turn your body to it, and walk in it. The next Bible verse I wanted to share with you guys is Luke 14:26. You cannot be my disciple unless you love me more than you love your father and mother, your wife and children, your brother and sister. You cannot follow me unless you love me more than you love your own life. So for me personally, I had to let go of that. I had to let go of that want of wanting to be loved. I had to let go of that that wanting for validation and acceptance because I so ever wanted comfort. I had to let go of that so that I can completely love Jesus and live for Jesus, and so that Jesus can completely love me and heal me. Because first and foremost, everything that God has called us to do, it's for the betterness of ourselves. If I did not let go of my mother, if I did not let go of wanting validation and seeking things in other people that I didn't have in myself, if I didn't let that go, I would not be able to be healed by Jesus. I wouldn't be receiving of his healing and love, because it starts with us. Once you let go of emotional attachment, then Jesus can really work through you. You have to first be emotionally independent. You have to experience God for yourself. You have to let God reign within you first. When you follow Jesus, you have to let go of certain validation. You have to let go of wanting validation. You have to let go of, you have to detach yourself emotionally from your family. You have to detach yourself. And sometimes you even have to detach yourself physically from your family, because some family can be keeping you from getting closer with God. They can be opening spiritual doors that is only hindering your walk with Christ. Like certain words that people speak, the tongue is the power of the tongue is life and death. So some family members, you really have to watch out what they say or do. When we pick up that mantle with Jesus and we follow Jesus, we're creating a new path. We're breaking generational patterns of our families, generational curses, and from that we're going to receive a lot of, it's almost going to feel like you're going to feel invisible. You can like hit the lottery, you can win $1 million, and they'll just, maybe your family will still be like, oh cool, like I'm proud of you, can you give me some? It won't seem like what you did is really seen and valued as much as you would think it should be. I want to tell you guys, first and foremost, if anybody is experiencing that, God is seeing what you're doing, and he is opening a huge door for you guys. Continue doing what you're doing. If your family does not see it, stop seeking the validation from them. Stop seeking the approval. You're probably not going to get it. God has called us to live in a higher realm on this earth. He's giving us visions and dreams, and our families and our close friends can't even understand it. So don't live for the world's validation. God has somewhere he's bringing you, and let him bring you there. Only by you letting go of that validation and the emotional dependency, God can really bring you there from there. Thank you so much. And I just want to share that, like, nothing is picture perfect. There's always things in the background that happen that we have no idea about. So let's always be in prayer for everybody, and just continue encouraging each other and lifting each other up in prayer, because that's what's needed the most. Love you guys.